There's a fire in the sky for our love.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Daca Toys KRONOS. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right here we have a nice piece of artwork there of KRONOS, Scientific Explorer KRONOS, and you got the same thing on this side and the same thing on the other side. The back of the box, you have your product shot right there, and a nice shadowed picture of the alt mode. And this does have a magnetic clasp on the front here, and then you can just open up, and you have another picture here of the toy. That's more the CGI render of it than the actual toy itself. And right here is where the figure sits, and this flap is also on a magnet, so you open this up and that's how you get to the figure inside. So, and the packaging is very nice. It's very stiff cardboard that they used for this packaging. It's kind of like it's almost like the BotCon box set boxes. So very nice. Unfortunately, the box is the nicest part of this toy, but that's basically it for the packaging. So moving right along here, we have Daca Toys KRONOS, and this is their take on a masterpiece, Skyfire, or Jetfire, whatever you want to call him, but I believe in the cartoon he was called Skyfire. So yeah, this is supposed to be a masterpiece Skyfire, in theory. But here he is in his alt mode, and you can see, I mean, it looks like Skyfire's alt mode. I mean, there's no mistaking it. Definitely has some flaws. There's definitely a lot of just gaps and a lot of breaks in the alt mode here. Like, it doesn't look cohesive in any real way. No landing gear, unfortunately. I know that's something people complain about. Yeah, there's no landing gears. They got some nice transparent blue here for the cockpits. And there's a lot of molded detail on this guy, which is very nice, and you'll see more of it when we get to robot mode. Paintwork wise, the paint is okay. You can see there's a little bit of little bleed over here with the white on this piece right here. You can see it just kind of bled onto this. So the paintwork is not exactly as crisp as one would like. You can see in some cases here it's actually kind of scratched off a bit. The underside, you can pretty much make out what's going on under here, legs, arms, right there, and you can see again just as far as the paintwork goes, you can see like the little corners here have scratched themselves off, so that kind of sucks. You can also see that the white probably needed another coat here because you can see the red kind of bleeding through a bit. So yeah, paintwork on this guy isn't exactly stellar. And the alt mode itself, like I said, just has a lot of gaps and just doesn't really look cohesive. From certain angles, it looks fine, but it doesn't take much to kind of start seeing where it all just starts to kind of break up. But, it is what it is. Now, one major complaint I do have about this toy, well, I have a couple complaints about the toy, but one thing I have, the one complaint I have about the package as a whole is the instructions. The instructions suck. Not because the instructions are bad. The instructions are clear, they're concise. I never got confused. I knew what I was doing. The fact is that the instructions are almost too elaborate. And what I mean by that is this little instruction booklet right here is 29 pages long. They could have shaved like 10 pages off of this because there's a lot of stuff in here that did not need to be in here. Like this right here. This is page 2 right here. You can see foot. Now this panel is clear for some reason. And here, like, nothing is moved. I don't know what I'm looking at. What the heck am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? I don't... What is this? What are you showing me here? I don't know. But that page didn't even need to be there. And there are a lot of pages where it just takes too many steps to show you one step. Like here, like when you're compressing the leg, it's like, okay, start compressing the leg upward. Continue compressing the leg upward. Now the leg is compressed upward. No, you could have went from there to there. You didn't need that picture in between. It's just so many instances of that. And right here, open up this panel. Continue to open up this panel. Now flip the hand up. Continue to flip the hand up. Now close the panel. Now the panel is closed. Why do I need 5 pictures to show me that? Anyway. Just wanted to get that off my chest before I continue on with the review. Those instructions are just legit. Oh no, there's another part that's legit frustrating too. I'm sorry, I have to continue with this because this makes my brain hurt and melt at the same time. Like right here in this part of the transformation, you're supposed to spread the legs apart. Here it's like, okay, spread the legs apart. Continue spreading the legs apart. Continue spreading the legs apart. Did I mention you're supposed to spread the legs apart? Oh, in case I forgot, spread the legs apart. Why did I need 5 pictures for that? Why? Anyway. I'm calm now. I'm calm. I'm good. It's okay. It's alright. I'm cool. But let's move on to some comparisons, shall we? Let's get right down to it. So, here he is with the Generations Jetfire. I'll do my best to try to get all this in shot here because this is a big toy, but there he is with the Generations Jetfire. So you can see how he scales there with his most current incarnation. Here he is with the Classics Jetfire. Right there. So you can see how that works. There you have that. Here he is with the Masterpiece Seeker mold. You can see how that scales right there. They're pretty much the same size. I mean, KRONOS is obviously a lot bulkier, but lengthwise they're basically the same length. Here he is with Masterpiece Starsaber, which yes, I still have him. I didn't get rid of him. So there he is with Masterpiece Starsaber, and again, pretty much along the same length as MP Starsaber. So there you have that. And of course, here he is with G1 Jetfire here. Conscious pressure. Fire in the sky pressure. So there you have that. And there you go. So he does include his weapon here. He has, and this is where my tongue stops working. He has his double-barreled blaster here, which is very nice. And yeah, very cool. Nicely detailed. And there's no real actual storage for this. I know people kind of figured out a way to store it, but it's basically just a case of kind of squeezing things around it. So basically, I think it was P.O.'s review where he just kind of took this bit of the gun right here and just kind of put it under this lip. You see where this little hole is? It's like there's a lip right above that. And he basically just kind of rested that part of the gun on that lip and just kind of put the arms around it, and you know, it kind of depends. It kind of works if you do it right, which I clearly didn't, but let me see. There you go. See, I mean, it'll hold, but this is by no means an official storage, so this does not store in vehicle mode at all. There's just really no place to put it. You can kind of squeeze it in under there, it'll hold, but it's really not meant to go there, so there's no storage for this in alt mode, but there you go. So let's just get right down to transformation, shall we? Now, transformation does involve some parts forming. What? Parts forming? Worst toy ever! No, there are other reasons for that, not just the parts forming. But first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this whole backpack section right here, and you're going to slide it forward. Oh, actually, before you do that, my mistake. There are these little armatures right here that clip into the legs, so you just want to take the legs and unhook them. Anyway, that one came undone. And just unhook those legs right there. So you want to do that first. And now you want to take the backpack, slide it forward, and that comes off. And you just flatten these down. You bring the wings up, and there's a little panel here that'll actually move out of the way, so it can go all the way up. If you know, in case you forget, you can do it manually and just flip it up, but it will move itself out of the way, which is nice. And then you take these little hook tabs right here, just fold them up like that, and there you have that. Another part of parts forming is that you want to take these little side pieces off right here. So you just want to take these off, take that off right there, and there is storage for these. You can see there's 4 posts, there's 4 little ports right in there, and you just take them and you just peg them in there. Now these do go in a specific side, so you'll know, because if it doesn't go in, you know you put it in the wrong side. So you just plug those in, and there's a storage for that. And now we're done with the backpack. So you take that, put that off to the side. Another bit of parts forming is this this plate right here. You do want to remove that right there. And you can see it's just 2 clips, and they just clip onto these bars right here. The instructions actually don't tell you to clip this back on when you're transforming him into alt mode. The instructions actually just have this left off completely, but you can put this back on here and still attach the backpack, as you saw, and it's fine. You do just have these little flaps that kind of hang out to the side and do nothing, but you can still store it on here in alt mode, even though the instructions don't tell you to put this back on. But anyway, you want to take this and put this off the side also. So there you go. So now we're left with this big hulk of thing, and we'll just get right down to transforming the rest of them. So first thing you want to do is, there's no good angle for this because he is a large toy. This is why I hate reviewing large toys. I can never get a good angle. Anyway, you want to take the nose cone, push it in like that. You want to come to these side pieces here, and you want to pull them out. They just peg into the sides of the shoulders right there. So you want to pull that out, just lift that up. It's just going to flop around for now. Unpeg that, lift that up, like that. Then you're going to take the arms, bring them up, and rotate them out like that. Rotate that out like that. And these also, you're going to have a lot of floppy stuff going on right now. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the you just want to take these 2 sides here, push them together, and they will clip together. Clip together right there. Once you've done that, gotta clip together all the way. There you go. Clip it all together, and then you're gonna take the legs and extend them downward right there, which can be quite a chore to do. Then you want to come down here and take all these panels, lift it up, just so you can kind of see what you're doing here. And this is the heel spur. You're just going to take that, flip that down, and then flip the foot forward, which can be quite an ordeal sometimes. And this leads to another problem that I will show you. But there you go. Bring that down. And you can see how this works here. The bar is just on this weird ratchet thing that doesn't really work. And I don't know if you can see it, how well it comes off on camera, but this thing is like slathered with lubricant, and honestly it doesn't really work all that successfully. The design for the ankles just needed to be rethought and redone. It really doesn't work, especially on the other foot, but we'll get into that in a second. Then you want to flip the toe out, and then just kind of close everything back up, and there you got a leg all done. Second vest, same as the first here. Just get all this opened up here. Flip this down, and then just kind of push this forward. Now, flip out the toe. Now on this side, I flipped this up for alt mode, and then trying to transform him back into robot mode, it was stuck. I mean, legit stuck. And I put as much force as I could into it, and I finally got it freed up so I could flip the foot down. And it turns out that, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I broke it. It broke. So yeah, it sucks. And you know, it's a clearance issue. It's just, you know, it does not work. I don't know how they came up with this design for the ankle transformation, but it doesn't work. And yeah, I ended up breaking it because of that. So yeah. He actually still stands just fine, but still, it still sucks. But anyway, so. But yeah, this weird little ankle ratchet thing that they came up with, just That's all I gotta say is But anyway, let's move on up here. Moving on up to the Skyfire side. That song made no sense, but I tried. Anyway, so people love it when I sing. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, now the nose cone. You're going to take it and fold it down, which will in turn bring the head up, and make sure you get all this out of the way. Flip this all the way around like that, and then there are tabs right here that will go into slots right in here. Just bring that down, tab that in, and tab that in. And you kind of want to, oh, there's also a little, here's a little nub right there. This little nub goes into this little port right there. So you want to make sure you have that lined up too. So you want to get that in there first. And then you can take this and tab that in right there, if it will let me. There you go, right there. That's the way you want to do it. Right there. Then you can bring this head up the rest of the way. There are like little clips right here. You just want to pull it up so it's past that lip there, and that will keep the head in place. So now with the arms, you just want to bring them up on this bar right here. Actually, before you do that, you want to lift up this little panel right here. Lift up those panels, and then bring this up on that bar, bring it around, and then these little panels right here will clip onto that. Locking that in place. Locking that in place. Same thing over here. Second verse, same as the first. Just take that up, bring it around, clip it down. Like that. And there you go. So now we're going to move down to the hands. And you just want to open up this panel, flip out the hand, close it back up, rotate. There you go. See? You didn't need 5 pictures for that. You didn't need 5 pictures for that. Open, flip, close, rotate, done. But there you have that. And we pretty much got the bulk of him done. So now this panel that we took off the alt mode will now clip back into his back. If you can see what I'm doing, which would be nice, I'm sure. Just want to raise his arms up too. So you just clip this back onto his back. Again, it just clips over these posts. Just clip that over, and then just fold these in, and they will help to fill in the gaps here on the sides. It doesn't fill in all of the gap, but it fills in some of the gap. Right there. And now you're just going to take the backpack and put it back on him. Now for jet mode, it clipped onto this front clip. For robot mode, it's going to clip onto this bottom clip right here. So you just take it and just slide it down. And booyah! There you have KRONOS in his robot mode. If I can get him standing. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Why you give me problems now? Why you give me problems? I didn't have a problem getting him standing before. There we go. But there you have KRONOS in his robot mode. And yes, he looks like Skyfire right out of the cartoon. Yes, he does. And it looks really, really cool. So I give it that. Getting close here on the head sculpt, not his chest, on the head. If I can get him. Why are you having such a problem standing today, man? I've been messing with this toy for like 2 days now, and I have yet. The first time I've had trouble getting him to stand straight. There we go. Jeez. Getting closer on the head sculpt. It's a nice head sculpt. Nice silver paint. Nice blue in the eyes. Again, the paint, oh, it's a little sloppy. You can see the blue here just kind of bleeding over onto the helmet. You know, it's not, again, the paintwork is not as crisp as you would like. But, I mean, like I said, he looks like Skyfire, and there's lots of nice molded details on him, so, I mean, you know, he by no means looks plain. I mean, he is just a lot of white, but, you know, by no means is he plain, because he does have a lot of molded details throughout. And looks really cool, and these little ankle pieces are nice and floppy loose. Yay! And I tried to tighten those screws and everything. But, you know, lots of molded details. So that definitely helps. And look, I mean, just all that detail there in the forearms. It looks nice. Now, articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, so you can get some good wiggly-waggly movement. The shoulders are on a ratchet. They can do a full 360. It can go in and out on a ratchet, and sometimes when you do that, this clip comes undone, which is another flaw. You know, that should not happen, but, you know, again, it is what it is. Now, one thing, too, about the shoulder ratchets is this shoulder ratchet works well, this one doesn't. Like, this one, as you can see, you get 1, 2, 3 solid clicks right there. On this arm, you only get, like, 1 semi-click, and that's it. So the ratchet, for some reason, doesn't work properly in this arm, which is weird. And again, will undo itself because this clip doesn't really work either. But the rotational ratchet works just fine. Just that outward ratchet, for some reason, just does not work right. But, yeah. Anyway, you do get a bicep swivel. You do get a, there's a double jointed elbow, but it doesn't give you that much movement. You do get slightly over 90 degrees there. You do get a wrist swivel. All of the fingers are individually articulated. You do get a, get his hands opened up here. You do get a joint right here and right here. It's just a hinge joint. You know, there are no ball joints in the fingers. They're all hinges. And you also get a hinge right here, and right here. So you pretty much get like a fully articulated hand right there, which is nice. He does have a waist swivel. Of course, the backpack kind of gets in the way, but he does have waist movement. Legs can go forward, and these skirt pieces can move out of the way to accommodate. They can go back, but again, the backpack kind of gets in the way. These side skirts can move out for outward movements. You do get a swivel at the thigh, and you also get a swivel, a thigh swivel right here. Legs can bend only that much. And again, that's the case of that ratchet doesn't want to do that last click that will hold it in place, so it kind of just droops down right there. And the feet, you know, with that weird, with this weird ratchet setup, it can pivot up and down, and you also do get some tilt out of it. The feet are die-cast, at least the base part of the foot right here. This is die-cast. There is a big chunk of die-cast, like right here in his back, right here. This whole section is die-cast. The section that the legs are attached to is a die-cast piece. So he is very chunky, very hefty figure. So, you know, he does have a very nice heft to him. So, of course, he can hold his gun. Of course, you have the tabs on either side, so he can hold it in his left or his right hand. And just open up his hand. And just plug that in. Wrap his fingers around it. And there you go. Now, another issue, too, with this figure is just some of the molding just seems like a little sloppy. Like, it's just, especially in the hands. Like, actually, let me take this gun out of his hand. Just show it a bit better. Let go. Release! Release! But you can kind of see in here, like, there's like a lot of like weird, I don't know how well it's coming off on camera, but there's just kind of some weird mold flash going on, and some things on it just look kind of sloppy. They do give you an extra set of hands for some reason. Don't know why, but included are an extra set of hands. But yeah, it's just, it's my professional opinion about this toy. Stand. Stand, please. There you go. Now, for comparison, here he is with Masterpiece Lambor. Sideswipe just for comparison. And here he is with MP Prime. So you can get a sense of how he scales with everybody else. And I think that's about right. I mean, he did tower pretty much over everybody else, so it seems like that's proper scale there. So we have that. Here he is with the Generations Leader Jetfire. You can see how they look, how he scales with his current iteration there. Here he is with Masterpiece Starscream. You can see how they scale. Right there. What else have we got? What else have we got? Here he is with MP Magnus. You can see how he's. Hey, look up. Look up. Don't be ashamed. There you go. Hold your head up high. And there he is with MP Magnus. So there you have that. And what else? Here he is with Masterpiece Star Saber. For some reason, this likes to droop on me. There we go. There he is with MP Star Saber. You can see a little bit taller than MP Star Saber. So there you have that. And have we got anything else? No, so we'll just do, last but not least, G1 Jetfire, causes pressures, Jetfire pressures. So, there you go. There you go. And there you go. And now here are the extra set of hands that you get included, just in a little baggie here. So it's nice that you get an extra set of hands, and that also kind of fills me with dread, because is that implying that these are going to explode? Like, why are you... Yeah. Doesn't fill me with confidence. But then again, this toy as a whole doesn't really fill me with confidence. So yeah, as far as KRONOS goes, here's the deal with KRONOS. Does he fit in with your Masterpiece figures? Yes, I think he fits in perfectly. He looks like Skyfire from the cartoon. He fits the aesthetic, so he would fit in perfectly on a Masterpiece shelf. Is he Masterpiece quality? No, not at all. You know, just the way these ankles work, that needed to be just rethought and redone. A lot of things just do not hold together. I got ratchet joints that don't work right. Some of the paint is a little on the sloppy side. Some of the molding is a little on the sloppy side. The parts forming, I don't care about. I never care about parts forming, so that doesn't bother me one bit. But just overall, this toy just has problems. You know, call it design. You know, I'm so quick to call everything design flaws. Call it design flaws. Call it QC. Problem is the word I think we all can agree on. This toy has problems. I mean, he feels nice. I mean, he's a nice hefty figure. He's got the die cast in him. I mean, nothing really feels fragile on him besides this part that broke. I mean, granted, this is just due to the fact that things just got stuck, and just me exerting so much force is what ended up snapping this. Because this just does not work, period. But I mean, he doesn't feel, you know, quote unquote cheap. It's just that there are flaws there that lead to things breaking and things just not holding together. It's just, this toy just needed a couple more passes. So, you know, like I said, he looks great on a Masterpiece shelf, but he is definitely not Masterpiece quality. So if you really want to pick this guy up, know what you are getting yourself into. Okay? Know what you're getting yourself into. Luckily, I saved some money on this guy because I had some store credit built up, so I saved a lot of money on this guy. I didn't pay full price for him. Do not pay full price for this guy, because you will be disappointed, especially if things start breaking. You will be majorly disappointed and majorly angry. So wait for him to go on clearance. Find him, you know, maybe look for somebody who's selling him secondhand, cheap. Just don't pay full price for this guy. I know right now BBTS is still selling him for full price. Don't pay full price for him. Wait for them to put him on clearance. Like I said, look, shop around, see if somebody's selling him at a discount. If you really have to have him, again, just know what you are getting yourself into. And yeah, this thing just has it just has flaws. And no, I don't find any of these flaws endearing. They are flaws, they are problems, and it ultimately just really, yeah, brings down my opinion of the toy overall. Like I said, he looks great. I mean, he fits right in on your Masterpiece shelf, but just quality-wise, he is not up there at all. So I think that's pretty much all there is to say about this guy. So, yeah, if you would like a KRONOS, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check it out. You can also check out my third-party toys, my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Daca Toys KRONOS, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be a geek, be proud. Palm in your face. Skyfire, welcome to the team. I'm glad you were able to side with us. Okay, look, listen. I can't do this. I can't do this. I mean, come on, look at this. Look at this. Look. Come here. Raise the camera up. Raise it up. Look. He's taller than the set. I mean, seriously, how are we supposed to shoot this scene? This is ridiculous. I can't work like this. I just can't. See, this is why I don't work with tall bots. They just make filming difficult. I'm taking a break. I'll be in my trailer. Yes, the gray one with the stripes. Duh. Man, you weren't kidding. He is hard to work with.